For 4 million people in England could be living with high blood pressure without even knowing it. And, this is important, if left untreated, this so-called silent killer can lead to heart attacks and strokes.
Well, football legend and TalkSport star Graeme Souness has had his own battle with high blood pressure and even suffered a heart attack in 2015, despite feeling fit and healthy. Now he's calling for everyone else to get checked, and he joins us now. Welcome, Graeme. This is something that many people could be living with, but might not know about it.
I don't know it. You know, I think I am the perfect example. I was 38, diagnosed with extremely high blood pressure, high cholesterol levels, and ultimately it led to me having open heart surgery at 38.
At 38?
Yeah, I'd recently finished playing. I was manager of Liverpool, and I had a problem with the gym. I couldn't stay out of the gym. I was doing basically everything that professional footballers were doing during the week. And the only thing I wasn't doing was playing on a Saturday. But I played my last game when I was 36. So it was obviously on me then. And it just shows that someone as fit as I was then, I was walking around.
And you had no idea.
And
you talk about like a professional footballer. You think about every part of the training and the diet and everything. And you ended up with open heart surgery, which says what to the people that don't do any of that?
That wasn't the sole reason. Obviously, the genetics were involved, but that was a contributing factor.
Right.
I had extremely high blood pressure, and it led to me having this operation. The only symptom, looking back, the only thing that I can think of, which may have been a symptom, was I could have 1 pint of lager, 2 glasses of wine, and you'd find me doing that.
Really?
Yeah, it was exaggerating my blood pressure levels.
It's certainly something. I mean, I'm a bit boring about all of this. I think kids should be taught CPR in schools. I think these sorts of checks are really important. Can I bring in junior doctor and broadcaster Dr. Basha Mukherjee? Dr. Basha, really, really grateful for you coming on. Just very briefly, how important is it to go and get your blood pressure checked?
It's absolutely paramount. We're seeing younger and younger people with high blood pressure. The current climate we're living in, the junk food that children and young people are constantly consuming, the stress, the pollution, all of these factors contribute to pressure on your heart, essentially. So absolutely get yourself checked out. You can even get a small monitor yourself and get yourself checked at home as well. So it's not something you need to get a GP appointment for. I'm a GP trainee. I know how hard it is to get a GP appointment. So you can do this at home as well.
That's really
interesting.
interesting.
And what is it that actually causes high blood pressure? I know there's lots of different factors, but what does it mean? Does it put pressure on the heart? What are the kind of logistics of it?
So as you're getting older, your blood vessels, they stiffen up. So essentially they are unable to squeeze as well. And over time, that just means that the pressure inside of the blood vessels builds up. Your heart has to push harder and harder against these stiff blood vessels to get blood around your body. This usually is...
Graeme was 38 and was a professional footballer who was I guess as fit as anything, right?
Yeah, I had a problem with staying out of the gym. I couldn't stay away from it. You know, when I finished playing, just psychologically, I knew I was doing too much, but I was doing all this with extremely high blood pressure.
What did it do?
Thinking you were being healthy, but actually...
No, I didn't think about it.
No?
No, it wasn't impacting on my life at all.
When you were
looking back,
told...
only maybe the headaches.
When you realised that led to the open heart surgery, I think this is the message. Did that change everything about how you saw yourself in life?
No, and this is a scary thing, because I was leading a healthy lifestyle. You know, I always trained properly. Fortunately, was never injured. Never had any period of inactivity out the game. Wasn't much of a drinker, and it was a drinking culture then. Diet was good, and it happened to me, and I think that's a message I'd like to get across. If it can happen to me, it can happen to anyone. There's young guys out there now training in the gym, running marathons, doing everything, and they could have high blood pressure, which ultimately will lead to them having issues going forward.
Dr. Basha, just to bring you back in, so say somebody does one of these blood pressure checks at home and they are found to have high blood pressure. What's the next step? Do they contact their GP or go to a pharmacy and seek further help?
Yeah, so high blood pressure at home, a reading would be about 135/85, but I have a lot of patients who call in because they're one-off blood pressure reading was really high. And that's okay. But if you're experiencing any symptoms with it in terms of, your blurry eyes, headache, chest pain, any of that, you call 111 straight away. But if you're not having any symptoms, I would suggest repeating the blood pressure. A one-off reading is not so worrying for us doctors as well. If we have a one-off high reading, we usually ask patients to take 7 days readings at home. So you can take morning and evening blood pressures at home for 7 days and work out an average. And if that is high, then 100% make an appointment with your doctor.
Just very quickly, Basha, just very quickly, haven't got much time. Very quickly, what tips to avoid high blood pressure? That will be the obvious question, right? What tips?
I would say that exercise, healthy diet, all of these things are, a given for sure. But salt and sugar, reducing the amount of salt and sugar in your blood in your diet will 100% make a difference.
But the interesting thing, and why Graeme is perfect to front this campaign, is that you did all of that, you're still at it, which is sending the message, get checked.
And that is a message I'd like to get across today. It happened to me, and I felt I was as fit as a flea. Yeah. And everything I was doing would suggest I was fit as a flea, but this thing was ongoing in my system, and I had it, ultimately an open heart surgery with it.
Have you found, since you've spoken out about it, other people have contacted you, or it's opened up conversations?
Yeah, this campaign, we have to really get it out there. It's a non-invasive test. It's just a, band on your arm.
Cuff on the arm, yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing. As the doctor said, you can buy these kits from any good chemist. And they're rolling out this programme where I hope that anyone listening to this and sees the adverts on the television go for it, because A, you have a duty to your family if you're married, to your wife, to your mum and dad. It happens to young people who think they're fit as well, and that's the message I'd like to get
If you're
across.
not doing it for yourself, do it for your family.
Exactly.
Great, thank you so much. So good to see you. Listen to him on TalkSport. He's a legend. Graeme Souness and Dr. Basha Mukherjee. Thank you all very much indeed for watching.